Have you ever backed out of something big just because you were scared to fail? Well, you're not alone. In fact, fear of failure is one of the biggest reasons why people, especially if I talk about India, uh, don't pursue what they truly want. And it's not very common to India. It's a universal phenomena anyway. But I'm talking about the overall Indian crowd or Indian audience or Indian society today. And today, if we are going to unpack this fear, right, we are going to back it up with research, and we are going to share very relatable Indian examples. Um, but I'm also going to give you a sample activity, and which is common for anyone. Anybody can use it. That can help you with shifting of your mindset from fear of failure to thriving. Uh, my name is Devupam, as you know. I'm a professional counselor, and I work with people from navigating anxiety, self doubt, emotional blocks, fear of failure, um, perfectionism, and so many different other issues, which people generally struggle with. I have personally gone through different self life altering moments, and including open heart surgery, as you all know. But it did not stop there. My life or my goal did not stop really there. I trained, I ran marathons after that, and all of that happened. And why am I telling all this? I'm not self gloating. I'm talking about that there was a situation, or there was a moment in my life where fear of failure almost consumed me. I'll talk about that as well. But before that, what is fear of failure? Right? If I have to talk about fear of failure, what is that? Fear of failure or is a deep psychological barrier, I would say. Right? It's not just that. It's not nervousness for doing something. It can literally stop you from even trying. Simple things. It's often connected to low self-worth, not always accounted for, but it's often related to, right, societal plus pressure and past experience, right. And if I see from the broader context of Indian society, right, the fear gets magnified because we are very obsessed with success, and especially in academics, careers, and social status. So we have that additional societal and family pressure many of the times, right? So that contributes to the issue a bit more. Yeah. So when I say fear of failure and it dominates a society, how do I back it up with my research? And if I do a simple research, I was just trying to understand how it has impacted a society as a whole. I was looking at Kota Rajasthan issue, right, which is one of the center for um, training for people who wants to get into uh, medical and engineering institution, to the premier top level institutions of India, like IITs, Indian Institute of Technologies, and Indian Institute of Management, and so on and so forth, right? If I see, there's a culture there where there are multiple schools or multiple centers where people stay, where students, and they'll stay and they'll study and devote their life to crack all those examinations, right? So in Kota, Rajasthan, this is the coaching hub, I would say. The 40 more than 45 students died by suicide between 2014 and 2017 due to the stress and fear of failure after coming from the exam. Uh, you can go for I'll put the all those links in the description section anyway. A study in the International Journal of Indian Psychology found that college students with low academics, right, the confidence they have is the fear of failure they have is directly impacted by the performance. So in a way, the academic confidence had much higher fear of failure if they directly affected their, and it directly affected their performance, right. Entrepreneurship. Indian entrepreneurs rank their fear of failure as one of their top three stress factors, as per the Hindu, especially around managing finances and decision making. Right? Women face an added layer of fear and balancing societal expectations with the failure in business, especially in entrepreneurship setup. Right? athletes are not far away, apart from students and entrepreneurs. A study in the junior Malacca players showed that fear of failure reduced their performance, self-belief, and ability to cope with mistakes. So this is very common. This is sportsscientistviews.com. But okay, I'll back it up with a bit more with my own story, as I was mentioning in the beginning of this video. After I have my open heart surgery, it was people told that my life will never be the same. I'll never be able to properly walk again. I'd never be able to lift my son again. And there were so many apprehensions, and there was so many negativity around me, and fear of failure almost crippled me. And then people were like, slow down, don't walk, don't do this, don't do that, and my body was kind of failing and adjusting to those negative or to those comments where I had the fear of failure. But then I started doing a bit more, and today I realized, like, if I fail, I fail. That is what worse can happen. I've already gone through the open heart surgery and all that stuff. So I started shifting my mindset from there, and then what happened is I kept moving, and I started running marathons after that. So I started from walking and to marathons, half marathons, to be very honest. And I'm planning and I'm training for marathon, which I want to run. So that makes things pretty easier, and that made my life completely different than what I thought, or what many people thought would be after my post surgery. All right. So before I go further, I want you to pause this video, go back and bring a paper with me and follow this activity. Do this activity along with me if you are crippled by the fear of failure. All right. Okay, I hope you are back with papers. Now, take a blank sheet of paper, take a pen or pencil, whatever is available, right? And at the top, write the goal, the thing that you are scared to achieve by. Just write it down in block capital letters. That what is that goal that you are trying to, for example, starting my own business, or for example, creating new content, whatever, trying to start a YouTube channel, right? Now, under that, write all the things that you have fear of, every fear that you have about that what if I lose money, what if I lose time, what if it never runs off, right? What if all the what ifs, all the fears that you have, list those down one by one. So if you have 5, list all 5 one by one. Yeah. Now once you are done, pause this video, write all those fears. Then I hope you have written that. Now next to each fear, write about there are 2 things, a practical step that you could take to reduce that fear. So for example, if you say, what if I fail financially, right? That can I put it a small money as part of my gigs to start with, so that I can avoid losing a lot of money. And the second thing that what would you do if the fear comes true, right? So what would be that in after that I've kind of mitigated it, what would I do if this fear comes true? So I'll just go back to freelancing or take a break or whatever. What is the recovery plan basically, right? So what do we have? You have your goal, what you want to achieve. Then you have listed all of the fear that you have, the fear of failures, and then you have a risk mitigation factor, which you have added to every fear that you have, and you have a recovery plan, right, for each and every fear. Now you have a strategy to manage your fear of failure. So it's not just a fear of failure, you have a strategy to control and to manage this fear of failure. Now this would help you. You can implement this to anything that you want to do when you are crippled by the fear, and that would help you give a broader picture. That will help you give a proper sense of doing things, and how do you do that in strategy, right? So it'll have a proper strategy. So I hope that would help. All right. Now this activity will shift your mindset from helplessness to be prepared, more strategically prepared and aware, what's going on, and you would get more sense of what the things that they're doing. So how do you beat this fear apart from this? Obviously, so you have to build the self efficacy, right? You have to celebrate those small wins, surround yourself with people who will offer support, right? Not only just when you achieve those outcomes, even when your fears come true, right? You need so much those people with you as well, right? You can reach to professional, you can reach out to me or any other professional that you feel comfortable with to help you and guide and break those emotional barriers, right? Redefine those failures, have a cognitive restructuring to understand that nothing is end, rather it's just a feedback of a system, right? So I hope that would help. Now, fear of failure is is real, right? I mean, that happens now, but it does not really define who you are. It does not really define or put an end to your story. Your story is a continuous story, right? It's just one part, a very tiny part of it, right? So there have been many people who have studied in Kota and they had the fear of failure. They came out of it. There were many women entrepreneurs who thought or who were told that you won't be able to do, but they rose above all that, right? There have been many people who went through so much of trauma in their life, but they came back strong. If they can, so can you, right? You have to. It's not that you have to be fearless or something, right? You just have to understand the fear is real, and there is a way by which you can mitigate this fear strategically and with the tools that are available with you. I hope that helps. If you like this content, kindly subscribe to this channel, like this channel, share this channel with others, and your support would help me, because as you know, I'm an individual creator, and I don't really have a team or something like that. And if you want to know about something more, please reach out to me, put your feedback on comment section. And as you know, I'm a professional counselor. If you really want to reach out for any help, or you want a free discovery call, reach out to me in the link in the description, or you can reach out to me through comment. Till the next time, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a healthy and happy rest of the day. Thank you so much.